Tell me.
Okay, thank you very much and good morning to your listeners. First of all, I want to say that I'm a procurement person. I'm concerned about how we are practicing procurement and the effect it's having. I'm not against the sourcing of drones. If it is necessary, we have to. If it will save lives, we have to.
Okay.
But the point is this. If we say that water is life and we need water to live, and so if a bottle of water is 1 cedi, why should I buy a bottle of water for 100 cedis? And that is what we'll try to unpack.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to procurement, it's a science and it's an art as well. There's a certain thinking process that has to go through. And as of today, one of the best models that is used as best practice globally is what we call category management.
Category management.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What is category management? It's an 8-step process that starts with understanding what you want to buy. So you need to analyze what we call the category. So healthcare or whatever can be classified as a category. Then you move to step 2, which is specifying your business requirements. And that involves, and I'm showing you slides here so
yeah,
that you can
I'm
get
following
a view
you.
of
Yeah.
it. Unfortunately, we don't have any cameras here.
We are on Facebook Live.
They are on Facebook Live.
We are on Facebook
Wonderful.
Live, so we can see.
So what will happen is this. Now, in this stage, what you are doing is what we call spend analytics. You are trying to analyze the category. What are we buying? Who are we buying for? How is it being used? When is it being used? And all those questions will come in. So you do what we call a category analysis. You do an item analysis, a payment analysis, vendor analysis. You check everything about your previous consumption, if it is something you've consumed before. So if you ask me, it's the drone service is a new service.
Yes.
But we have been managing a cold chain. How have we been managing
the mode
the
of
cold
transportation
chain?
for your
So, for example, how many snake bites have we had in remote areas? And why is it that we need an emergency response? What is the cold chain supposed to deliver? Every health facility necessarily must have a refrigeration point where drugs are kept. Why is it that we don't have snake cell rooms there? So we have to fly one on an emergency basis. So all these analyses happen, and it is not just for nothing. It happens for a purpose. Now, when you are done with this, then you can come and you go to the next stage. And normally in category management, when you are done with this specification, we have what we call a gate. That is where you go back for approval. So your governance system would say, yes, we understand this is the kind of need we have. Go ahead with your process.
Okay.
Then you come to the third stage, which is supply market analysis. This is where you are coming to say that this is what we are looking for. Now, when we go into the market, what is happening in the market? Who are the people who are available to provide us these services?
Yeah.
What are the kinds of models or contracts that persist? How are the players operating vis-a-vis what I am doing? Do we have a synergy? Do we have a point of convergence? So you analyze the supply market. Then you can come and sit down and say, these are the options. So this is stage 4. These are the options I have. Then you can come up with what we call a category strategy or a category plan to say that this is how I am going to approach the market to acquire the services I'm looking for. At this point, there is also another gate where you have to go back to your governance systems and go back to the people and say, this is how I want to approach the market to acquire this.
Okay.
Then they would give you an approval.
So by this stage, we've come to establish a real need. And
need and how to meet the need.
And we know how our system is going to fit into that system.
Exactly.
I know that you had wanted to lay out all of the principles before we begin to do the right comparison. But for the sake of time, let's begin from now.
From now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
From your knowledge of this contract, this drone contract,
yes.
Does the drones, procurement of the drones, does it fit into the need of the health system? Has that been established in the contract you've seen?
There's a lot of questions that leaves to be answered.
Questions like what? Okay,
first one. If you just take the numbers that have been provided and you work it backwards. So let me show you this Excel sheet. Excel sheet. Look at this.
Okay, so I'm looking at an Excel sheet on our screens now for those of us on radio. There's one column for Ghana, one column for Rwanda, and there are some numbers there. Mr. Tabede is going to take us through them.
Okay. So from what the Vice President said, the contract is a $12.5 million dollar contract. Okay.
Maximum, that is
maximum, yes. Okay, so take this maximum liability and divide it by 48 months because it's supposed to be a 4-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
Then it means on a monthly basis we are exposed to $260,000, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now again, when I heard Dr. Nsia Asare I think on his news, it is reported that he said that the cost per delivery is $17. So divide the 260 by $17, and your cost per month is $15,000. Now take 30 days and divide it by the 15, and your number of deliveries per day is supposed to be 510. Now the question is, you go back to your needs analysis and ask, if you go around the country and you check all the healthcare centers, did we record the need for 500 emergency movements of drugs?
But the question here would be that a distribution center sits in the middle of a number of emergency centers.
Mm-hmm.
And so the needs of, say, 50 or 60 emergency centers is what we are looking at, not a single one.
No, at this point, I'm not even looking at the distribution center. I'm looking at the needs. You remember when we started, you say you do a needs analysis and you
Yes.
collect data.
Yes.
So arriving at 510, for example, means that you should have data that supports that. There are about 510 occasions or thereabouts where we need to move drugs on an emergency basis. Then you can size your need.
In which case, and again, for the sake of time, I would want to bring in my other guests on this point because we've already gotten quite a lot to chew on now already by just looking at category segmentation. Raymond, the first thing, before Mr. Redu, the first thing I would like to come to you for is that we raised value for money questions. We are talking about need analysis and all of that. Why is it that now, after Parliament has approved this contract, why should we have this conversation? Is it not passed?
No, because two things have happened. The understanding we got from the public procurement entity was that you can, contingent on whether this is made a part of your, what do you call it, contracting,
Yes.
insists that value for money can be done after the approval from Parliament.
As a value for money analysis?
Yes. And again, you can come back. You can also do it prior to, so that it informs Parliament's decision. What the parliamentarians were concerned was that the contract and its implementation was not contingent on, even after passing it, the value for money analysis. That's the problem that they raised with this process. They said that then it makes it based on whether or not people are good enough, they want to do it, and they do it for well, but it's not as of right in the contract.
Yeah, so if you look at the contract, it states that the contract is executed.
Yeah.
That's signed.
Yeah.
And it is subject to approval of Parliament.
Yeah.
Now you go back to the termination clauses, and it allows for termination for cause, which means somebody should have done something and he's not able to remedy it, then you can terminate. It doesn't allow for termination for convenience. So if we see that, for example, we don't really need 500 deliveries a day, and we want to terminate it, how do we terminate it? That is where judgment debt now will come in.
Okay.
So it didn't make any provision for that.
Mr. Redu, let me bring you in on this. Now, your forte, of course, is insurance, but as a concerned Ghanaian, when you listen to what is happening, what do you make of this?
Totally unnecessary.
Why?
Look, first of all, why do you allow your inefficiencies to come and create the opportunity for people to milk the system? You know you have medical centers all over the area. Do you have to wait for a snake to bite somebody? Then you say there's a need for me to now carry a drone to go and supply that drug. Depending on which snake. Some snakes bite you within 15 minutes, you are gone.
Okay.
How long does this? I understand it's about 45 minutes or something.
Yeah, between 30 and 40 minutes.
So by the time your drone gets there, what would have happened to the human being?
But it's not just about emergencies, is it? It's also about restocking medical supplies, is it not?
Then that even makes the case.
Exactly.
Even makes the
That
case
is why there is a
gentlemen,
chain management system.
Okay,
There are
gentlemen.
other levels.
Wow.
Talking conditions.
That makes the case even worse. Then
If I knew this is what my question would do. okay.
Because that would be a totally unnecessary condition. Yes. Because you plan ahead of time that every month you are delivering.
that is it.
And you have a schedule for it. That schedule is not dependent on an emergency.
Raymond,
so
you
it
made
really
that
does not feed into that point.
Raymond, you made that point. I believe listeners understand. Edgar, you agree?
That's what I'm saying. That
Okay.
don't allow your inefficiencies to create an opportunity for people to milk the system.
Okay, Kobna, you see what you've caused with you. Just one. Okay, let's move on to the next point and move it through quickly. So far we have established that we would need to have a need, data to back the need of about 510 deliveries per day to just justify this one running at 12.5 million.
Now let's benchmark it to Rwanda.
Okay.
Rwanda started their operation in October 2016.
Yeah.
As of a report that is available on the internet, which was in May 2018, this year, they had done 5,000 deliveries so far. By the way, they are operating only one distribution center, not 4. One. Now, so this is a 20-month duration. They've done 5,000 deliveries. Divided by 20, it means every month they are doing an average of 250. Divide 250 by 30. It means on a daily basis, they are doing about 8.33 deliveries. So where did we get that 500 or whatever? I know in the analysis, in the presentations that Dr. Nsiasa did, he said we are going to have 4 distribution centers and each one will do 150.
Okay, so another question which will take a break and come back and have you answer that for me. I'm being prompted to go now. Yes, so we'll take a break and have you answer this question for me. The question is, the 12.5 million, like I said, it's up to, is a maximum figure, so that if we don't take a number of flights or drone trips up to that number, we will pay less. So are we not looking at...
No, look at the... If we go into the
no, I know you have an answer. Yes, we'll go and come back and then you give me that answer. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show.
Christmas, the new Land Rover Discovery and Discovery Sports. Oops, I got great news for you this Christmas. Grab your Land Rover Discovery or Discovery Sports through Allianz Moto Ghana. What a surprise, offering an in-house credit scheme. Just pay 40% and spread the difference over 36 months. Oops, that is 3 years. Discovery Sport is starting from $69,000 and Discovery starting from $99,000. Discovery family, never stop discovering. More info, call on 0266-640-099 or log in to www.landrover.com.gh. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Oh. And you know, my claim is not covered by the insurance policy I arranged.
Parkwesi, I've always advised you to let J&G Insurance Brokers, the insurance professional, handle your insurance to avoid gaps. At J&G, we analyze your insurance needs, we arrange cover with the best insurer with a track record of prompt claims payment, and above all, we facilitate and negotiate your claims. Call Dr. Gideon Amenyedo, the CEO, on 0244-333335 or 0504-333335. You can also email him, Gideon, at jinginsurancebrokers.com or visit our website, jinginsurancebrokers.com.
Thank you very much, Egenam. I'm calling doctor right away.
At J&G Insurance Brokers, negotiating a great insurance deal is our business.
As they say, trust takes years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair. Barclays has built a relationship with you over the last 100 years based on our understanding of your needs. We've mastered banking and guarantee your money will always be secure with us 100%. Yes, 100%. After all, that is why we are the Euromoney 2018 Best Bank in Ghana. So, whether you have corporate, SME, or personal banking needs, Barclays is still your best bet. What are you waiting for? Make your next move your best move. Open an account with Barclays now and put your future in the safest hands. Barclays, part of the Absa family.
Where Duraplast goes, water flows.
To build way pipes are just don't deliver. If you want a house that will last so long
stronger. Then you need a pipe that just build better. So don't get it wrong. Europe is stronger. Don't get it wrong. Europe is better. Don't get it wrong. Europe is stronger. So don't get it wrong. I follow my song. Me say don't get it wrong.
Here comes the water.
Duraplast better in the
To guarantee it's durable, it's got to be Duraplast.
Buying a new car isn't just about the physical product. It is decision made to achieve lasting peace of mind. The all-new Toyota Corolla with reinforced suspension, reliable engine performance, quiet cabin atmosphere, stability and superior maneuvering is your smart choice. Be smart. Stay ahead of your peers with the all-new Toyota Corolla. Whether it is the 1.6 liters or the 1.8 liters automatic, you get maximum fuel economy because the Toyota Corolla has been redesigned to give you extra mileage and deliver the best driving experience. Want more? Take advantage of our huge discounts promo this season by visiting any of our showrooms or call 0302-910-204 now. Make that smart decision. Think economy. Think value for money. Toyota Corolla, your dependable partner for life.
Eja, so you not plaster the house before you paint them?
I dey paint no, because I dey use brush coat.
Brush coat?
Yes, so Charlie, it dey reduce my expenditure, Papa. No need to plaster. All you need to do is just paint. It makes your house beautiful, and above all, it is waterproof.
Waterproof?
Yes, so Charlie, I said waterproof. Make your house beautiful today. Move to Interface Limited and get yourself the new technology brush coat. No need to plaster.
Interface Limited is the leading supplier and installer of finishing input materials for the building and construction industry in Ghana. Call us on 0274-999999 or visit our website at www.interfacelimited.com.
To clean an LPG tank, fill the tank with water. This forces out the remaining gas in the tank. Then release the water. The cleaner should wear appropriate protective clothing such as gas masks, goggles, boots, and gloves. LPG tanker vehicles should have appropriate warning inscriptions such as written warning signs, reflectors, and flashing lights. Storage tanks should be inspected regularly for rust and damages. Service providers should be called in when a defect is detected. A message from the National Petroleum Authority.
Liquefied petroleum gas, use it safely. Sugar Morning Show.
15 minutes till we get out of here. So we leave the studio, I'm here in the studio with Kobnata Bedu, procurement expert, Edgar Redu, insurance expert, and Raymond Aqua, resident fax checker. My name is Daniel Dazi. We're discussing the medical drone saga. Interesting questions have been raised already. For us to be able to pay these people $12.5 million over 4 years, it means they'd have to make 510 deliveries per day, according to Mr. Kobnata Bedu. Has a sufficient need analysis been carried out to establish that sort of need in our medical centers? More questions are coming up out of this. But Hotline documentary is brought to you by Melcom, where Ghana shops. Is a super duper deal in the Melcom Best Buy promotion. Amazing cracking deals on selected supermarket products at Melcom. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Melcom, where Ghana shops. And text messages are brought to you by Afrodan, your Backman's last year, a lifetime and Glyco travel insurance policy. We cushion you for life. Afrodan is offering you today the most comfortable chair in the world, period. The Nightingale Extreme Comfort Chair. It has 10 thoughtfully engineered features, especially customized for your health and comfort. So go to Afrodan on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade and feel this chair. You'll be amazed. So the truth, gentlemen, is that we are very hard pressed with time. And so what we are going to do is that we are going to have sort of a final capturing comment from each of us, and then we'll move on. But this discussion is not over. We'll have to continue this tomorrow. And you can catch Kwabena Tabedu on Joy News Desk at 10 a.m. on Joy News on Multi TV. He'll be continuing. Then you can see the slides well because he came very prepared. So let me start off with you, Mr. Tabedu. So what is wrong with what you've seen with the contract?
So I use an analogy. Water is necessary for life. Water, as of today, sells for 1 Ghana for a 300 ml bottle. I shouldn't pay 100 cedis for it.
And from what you've seen in the contracts, we are paying too much for this.
Too much.
Give me one example.
Okay. First, we shouldn't have sole sourced. Just by a careful supply market analysis, you can find at least 6 companies
globally. Operating in Africa?
Globally. Who operate. The top 3 of them are Zipline, Fletty, and Matanet.
But Zipline is operating in Africa, and at the Public Procurement Authority, they can name availability of the company in Africa as a reason for approving a sole sourced contract.
So in the Public Procurement Act, there's something called a margin of preference. They could have used the competitive tender and given Zipline a margin of preference for being in Africa.
Okay.
That gives them an advantage.
That is true. Yes. The margin of preference. So the sole sourcing alone for you is sufficient reason. But when it comes to money, us paying money, because sole sourcing doesn't necessarily mean we are paying more, is it?
So the thing is that when you go back to the table, the pricing table they have put there, and you unpack it, there are inconsistencies in there as well. We don't have time. I would have gone into it to show you what has to happen.
Thank you, Mr. Kwabena Tabedu, very much for obliging us and being here with us. Edgar Edu.
Look, I made mention of something.
Okay, so Raymond is sacrificing his time for you and for you to go through the pricing table. So go through that for us.
Okay, so there's a pricing table that purports that when we do less than 15 deliveries, we won't pay anything.
Yeah.
That, for me as a commercial person, doesn't make business sense. Nobody will do that. They have to build a distribution center. There's a fixed cost and there's a variable cost to running it. If they don't run any deliveries, it is not because they are not ready to work. So somebody has to pay for that one. So if you tell me that we don't have to pay anything, straight away you leave a lot of questions on my mind. Something is very wrong. Next one, it says that if we do 15 deliveries in a month, the previous month, we'll pay 11,000. Okay. Now, this 11,000, if you divide it by the 15 deliveries, then a unit of delivery is going to cost us $733. Okay, it defeats what Dr. Nsiasa said, that the cost of a delivery is $17. I'm not getting where the 17 is coming from, unless he can come and help us. Now it says that the next 50 would cost 27,000. Divide the 27 by 50, and the unit cost comes to 540. It's a bit weird when you go to the next one, which says if we do 75 deliveries in a month, the cost becomes $59,000. Now, $59,000 divided, and it comes to 78. Question is, in economics, as successive units are consumed, the rate should be going down.
Yes.
Why should the rate be going up? Now, when we hit 100 or more deliveries, the cost is $88,000 a month. Divide 88,000 by 100, it is 880. So as we are consuming more, the unit cost is going up.
It's going up. So that's a clear question that has been raised there. Thank you very much, Kwabena Tabedu. Your final comments, Edgar Edu.
At the beginning of this year, the first 5 months of the year, mental health did not receive a penny. The Minister for Health, Ajmamenu, was on air and asked the question why none of the, the departments under his ministries have received money. Within that same period, somebody was given approval to go and buy V8s. The question is this. The man at the mental health said he was going to close down the mental health facility, or you pay cash before services are, provided. This is some of the inefficiencies I'm talking about.
Okay.
So you create the inefficiency, and then at the end of the day, you say, let me go and bring a drone
to come and
supply the medicine.
Thank you, Edgar Edu, for making that point so succinctly for me. Sorry, I had to rush through the end of that conversation, but like I said, it's not over. We are going to continue it, and Kwabena Tabedu, of course, will be on Joy News Desk in about 8 minutes from now on Joy News on Multi TV. Before I go, though, let me tell you Okay, so let me take these important messages. I'll be right back.